Good evening, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. And today I just wanted to address a problem you're gonna have in your shell scripting, which is with string concatenation without a whitespace, and how to solve it as well. So first of all, what am I talking about? Well, if I open up this test script, which is using dash, you can use whatever shell scripting language you want to, as long as it's somewhat POSIX compliant. And I'm gonna add a variable here called myString, and this variable is basically just gonna contain foo. So this is just a variable that's contain a string called foo, and then I'm going to echo out that variable. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna add bar to it. So our expected output here, which I can't forget the semicolon, right? Our expected output here is just foo bar without a space. So if I do expected output foo bar, this is gonna be the output that I want. However, if I execute the shell script, you can see that the output we get is nothing, which means that it doesn't match our expected output. That is because whenever we do $sign and then myString, it's not going to recognize this variable at all. So if you just do $sign myString bar, then it's basically going to call this variable called myString bar, which does not exist. So how do we actually fix that? Well, there are three ways to do it, and I'm going to discuss all of them, and we're going to go from the easiest way to the most safe and secure way. So I'm going to do the easiest way, which is with curly braces. So if I just do that again, echo $sign myString bar, and what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to the very beginning of our variable, which is m right here. So this is m, and in there I'm going to add a opening curly brace before it. Now I'm going to go to the very end of the variable, which is r right here, and I'm going to add a closing curly brace after it. Now if you do that, you can see that we match our expected output, which is foo bar without a space in between it. And this is not really predictable, so sometimes this is not gonna work on certain shells. And so the next way to do it is with printf. Now printf is basically echo, but it allows you to add new lines manually, so it doesn't come with a new line by default. I'll explain what it does later. If I do the same exact thing with printf instead of echo, you can see that now if you do that, it doesn't have a new line, instead has this weird thing, and so we're gonna have to specify a new line with \n, and now we get our expected output. Now the third way to do it is with two double quotes and printf. So if I do printf and then two double quotes, now basically what we're doing here is that in this double quote, I'm going to specify what type of stuff we're going to have in the second double quote. So that's going to sound a little bit confusing, but I'm going to explain it in our first or second double quote. I'm going to do second double quote first. I'm going to do $sign myString the same way we did it with our echo or printf, and then bar. And I'm not going to add a \n here. I'll talk about why later. And then in our first double quote, what I'm going to do is add %s. Now if you are familiar with the C programming language, this is also going to be very similar, because in C you call a string by using %s, same as in dash or bash as well. And this is basically just going to say that everything in this second double quote is going to be a string type, except for stuff like these variables, which we specify with the curly braces and $sign, so it's going to do a variable there. Now we're gonna get this output, which is basically foo bar without a new line. Now if I try to add a new line here, you will notice that it's not gonna work. That's because in here we specified that everything in this double quote is going to be a string type. So it's not going to recognize \n as a new line, it's instead just going to output that. So we need to add \n to here. Now to explain what's going on, we are basically saying that in our first double quote, we're doing %s for string in here, and then after the string finishes, we do a new line. So at the very end of here, we do a new line right here. Now if I execute this, you can see that we will get our expected output, which is foo bar. And that is how you properly do string concatenation without a white space in dash or bash or whatever shell you're using. Anyways, I really hope this video helped you. If it did, then leave a like so that I can see how many of you got helped by this video. And that's gonna be pretty much it for this video. And if you like this video, you can subscribe. Anyways, that's it. I gotta go now.